Good morning. Hi kids, it's Pastor Patricia from Holy Cross. I'm going to tell you a story today about Joseph. And the story is from Genesis. So, are you ready? Okay. This is the story about a young man named Joseph. His father's name is Jacob, and they lived in Canaan a long time ago, about 4,000 years ago, actually. Joseph was 17, old enough to drive a car. And he had 11 brothers and only one brother younger than him. Can you imagine having 11 brothers older than you to play with or to fight with? Because Joseph was one of the youngest sons, his father spent more time with him and he became really special to him. So Jacob had a special robe made for Joseph. They didn't have jackets back then, so this was like a very special jacket. It was very beautiful. Now, the translations of this 4,000-year-old document, some of them say it was a coat with many, many colors. And some of the translations say it was a coat where the sleeves were really, really long. We're not sure, but it was really nice. And the other boys didn't get one. All of Joseph's older brothers saw this and they were very jealous. The word jealous means that Joseph's brothers disliked him because they thought their father liked him more and because he got the special coat. So they got so jealous they couldn't even say a kind word to him. And Joseph didn't help though, because Joseph was kind of well known to tell his father when he saw his brothers being lazy or not doing their jobs right. Yeah, that's not good. One day Joseph had a dream and he went to tell his brothers. He said, "Guess what? Last night I had a strange dream. We were tying up bunches of grain out in the fields when suddenly my bunch of grain stood up while all of yours bowed down to my bunch of grain." The brothers looked at each other, disgusted, but Joseph kept going. He said, "And then I had another dream that the sun, the moon, and 11 stars all bowed down to me." Oh, even worse. "Who do you think you are?" the brothers said. "Do you think you're better than us? Do you think that we would ever bow down to you?" Well, this made the brothers dislike Joseph even more. When he told his father about his dreams, his father said, "Those are really strange dreams." But he thought carefully about what Joseph had told him. Now, a few days later, Joseph's father asked him to go check on his brothers. They were in the fields quite a distance away, almost 20 miles. So Joseph went to find them. When the brothers saw Joseph in the distance, they grumbled. Here he comes again, spying, talking about how wonderful he is. So they made a plan to kill him. But when Reuben, Joseph's oldest brother, heard this, he said, "Well, let's not kill him. Let's just throw him in a well out here in the field." He said this because he was actually secretly planning to come back later and rescue Joseph when the other brothers had left. So when Joseph came to where they were, they took off his beautiful robe with the many colors or the long sleeves, we're just not sure, and they threw him in an empty well. A little while later, a group of people came by that were wanting to take things to sell in Egypt. And one of the brothers, it was Judah, spoke up and said, "Why don't we just sell Joseph to these people? This way we never have to see him again, and we don't have to kill him, and we make a little money." Well, the other brothers liked the idea. So they sold him to the people who were going to Egypt. The rest of the brothers took Joseph's beautiful robe and dipped it in animal blood and took it back to the father. When the father saw this, he cried, "Some animal has killed my son." And he cried for many days, so much that no one could comfort him. The rest of the brothers didn't know what to say. Do you have brothers or sisters? God gives us family to learn how to love others. It's easy Well, it's easier to love family because you see them a lot. And it's hard, at least it's harder to love family because they're always around and they get on your nerves. The story of Joseph, which we'll finish next week, is about family and about love. We learn about these stories to help us make sense of our own lives and the bumpy road we have sometimes loving and caring for those closest to us. God is family too. God knows all about us, knows all about our silly behavior, our mean thoughts, and loves us anyway. By learning about the story of Joseph and his brothers, we can learn how amazing God's love is for us. God's love never ends. As we live our lives with family and friends, it's important to love each other with God's love. Okay, so that's the first half of the story of Joseph and his amazing coat. Maybe it had a lot of colors. Maybe it had terrific long sleeves. And how he and his brothers and their relationship set the stage for everything that will happen to their people in the future. Okay, well, I'll see you next week. You guys have a great week. Bye-bye.